Hello, I'm Pedro Rezende, and today I'm going to be presenting a proposal to WhatsApp that I worked on. This proposal will be focusing on a redesign of the features to potentially increase usability. I'm primarily addressing this presentation to Mark Zuckerberg and the associates of Facebook Inc., but I'm also attempting to reach out to any other users that have to deal with the same current problems on the app. My proposal is focusing on an opportunity to solve two different issues, the group call feature and the chat backup function. The current mobile app lacks an explanation and error prevention, so my proposal will be taking a journey into solving those. The first modification will focus on differentiating the group call feature from the group call option, and the second one will be focusing on preventing users from committing mistakes when using the chat backup function. WhatsApp is the main messaging platform in a lot of countries, including mine, Brazil. That's one of the reasons why I decided to make this proposal. And due to what I have experienced on the app and what I have seen from my participants on a Thinking Aloud test, there are some problems that could be fixed on the app. The first one is the similar wording on the group call feature and the group chat feature. Usually, apps have different names for each of these functions, but WhatsApp confuses users when presenting names that are basically equal. That makes the app fails in consistency and clarification because the users don't exactly know what to expect when they're clicking through the app. For example, most of the participants of the Thinking Aloud method had a problem on figuring out what they're actually doing on the app, and if they were trying to create a group call with their family members, they didn't know if it was a group call or just a group chat. Also, usually messaging apps have different names for both of these functions, so the users couldn't recall anything from what they have seen before. The second problem is the backup function. Users are expected to perform the chat backup before changing their phone numbers. So when the app provides a chat backup option that is hidden from the users, it makes it more difficult for them to perform it before changing their numbers. For example, most of my participants had a problem of finding the chat backup tab before finding the change phone number information, which eventually led them to lose all of their chats. That's a problem because they're expecting a reliable app, and if something goes wrong, they're gonna just change it. They're not gonna keep using that platform. They're just gonna find a better platform. My plan is to add an extra step after clicking on the new group call button and adding a confirmation question on the change number tab. That would be an attempt to give users more security and reliability. First, after clicking on the new group call, it would be provided for users a clickable option between make it a group chat or no group chat, so then they would have an explanation of what they're actually doing on the app. That would clarify to users of what they're performing on the app, and also it would give them another option of just creating a group call or creating both at the same time, which is a feature that the app doesn't currently have. Secondly, when clicking on change number, users would have a pop-up question show up on their phones asking if they want to perform the chat backup before changing their numbers, which would give them more confidence when using WhatsApp because they wouldn't have to deal with the possibility of losing their messages or documents if they want. I have came up with two prototypes to attempt to solve these issues. I'm going to walk through both of them trying to perform an actual view of what the app would look like. So the first one would try to solve the group call feature. So users would just click on the call screen just like before. They would click on that little icon that has the telephone. They would click on new group call because they're trying to create a new group call just like before, and then they would have this option to select between make it a group chat or no group chat that they don't have right now. So then they would click on this and they would select the people that they want in the group call or group chat, and that would explain to them what they're doing on the app. The second one is to solve the chat backup. They would click on settings and they will go on account. They would click on change number. You can see that there's no backup information here. They would click on change number, and right away the app would ask them, would you like to perform the backup of your messages before changing the number? They would be able to click yes or no, deciding, it's up to them. They decide what they want to do, but they wouldn't be able to move on from that before clicking this. So they have to decide if they want to have the backup or no. And then they'll be able to easily change the phone numbers. So that would give us a conclusion. We can say that users would see many benefits from the app as well as you, the creators. The total cost would be around $15,800 with an outcome that would incredibly increase satisfaction of the users. I believe that this redesign would create a platform to facilitate users so they can do more thinking less. Thank you so much. For any further information, contact me on my email or number below. Thank you.